I actually do enjoy this conversation because it reveals some things that I do have a problem with. We can talk about them probably later more in case 4. But not to say that I have problems with them because like they're bad plot beats. Like it just like some characters end up looking really bad, like end up coming out really bad as a result of what we learn here. Makes you think about some of the characters that we're dealing with. Of course, most of them are prosecutors and lawyers, so of course there's gonna be some drama, but we'll see. Something big, huh? Yeah, I guess she found her big break. Conclusive witness. Need any more hints? The acrobat. So we'll have the acrobat as a witness. She really is not like us because we did something. In fairness, her father did get sent to death at our hands. Well, what can you do? He was a guilty man. That's gonna be what her revenge is about, right? Obviously, it's about her dad. Obviously. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Here's a very good line we're about to hear. Enough out of you. One more word and I'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this or any other conversation? Oops. Revenge for Von Karma. Who cares about that guy? He got what he deserved. You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I had to see him again one more time. Sure you know to whom I refer, Miles Edgeworth. It wasn't about Von Karma, it was about Edgeworth this entire time. Everyone loves Miles Edgeworth. Which, you know, in fairness, he's a very handsome man. What about Miles Edgeworth? Why would you bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the prosecutor, Miss Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Yeah, you two were living under the same roof. For years. Miles like a little brother to me. Miles Edgeworth. I mean, look at him. He's a beautiful man. I fought against him in a few cases. That was the entire last game. Plus DLC. After that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Edgeworth's death. Go on. After that case, and then at the case after that one. He never set foot into the court again, except for the DLC! He never set foot in court again except for the fucking DLC we did immediately after that. Lies. Lies in the story. He just vanished. The fucking Rise from the Ashes really does mess with this timeline completely. Right? Well, no, it is like the DLC is canon because one of the characters in the DLC becomes like a big deal in the fucking, Apollo Justice games. She was a recurring character in those games. The DLC really fucks with this game's timeline. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Which, we're gonna get to why this is a problem in a hot minute when we get to the next case. But oh boy. The idea that Miles Edgeworth commits suicide after Rise from the Ashes is so absurd that it's borderline laughable. Yes, it did, Krellin. That is the thing. The DLC for the first game came out like... the first 3 Phoenix Wright games were GBA games in Japan. And the DLC for the first Phoenix Wright game, Rise from the Ashes, came out when it was ported to the DS in localized America for the first time. So, the DLC was written after all 3 games had already been released in Japan. Which is part of the problem, because they had to find a place to do a case with Phoenix and Edgeworth when, like, canonically Edgeworth doesn't, like, stops prosecuting immediately after the end of the first game. No, it takes place confirmed in the gap between the first and second games because of the way the timeline works. It's the only time that Maya's not part of the Phoenix Wright law firm. The only place it makes sense is in that section of time between the first game and the second game. But the problem is the events of that DLC make all of this look really fucking weird. Because it would, like, that DLC definitely takes place between these 2 games. Months after you let to go back home. After we did the entire fucking case together. Then he chooses death. I don't believe he's dead. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Your victory muddled the honorable name of Von Karma. You know, the guy who framed Miles Edgeworth for killing his father. The Von Karma family has some fucking baggage to work through. A lot of baggage to work through. So her idea is that if she defeats Phoenix Wright in trial, it will inspire Edgeworth to come back and do prosecuting again. And stop faking his fucking suicide. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Look, fuck off, Nick. Fuck off, Phoenix. I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had enough of you. Him too. He's lashing out because they're gay. And he lost his gay lover. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you of today. Probably the greatest courtroom battle this country's ever seen. Let's go. We need to talk with a performer on the 3rd floor. And I don't want to talk about Edgeworth anymore, Maya. It's definitely the attitude I'm getting. Acro's room. Oh, look. It's a suspicious suspect and unveiled at the very last possible second. I wonder who the killer could be. Yes, I am Phoenix Wright. Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you definitely show up here. Yeah. I mainly perform on the tightrope on the flying trapeze. Nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. So a common criticism I did start looking about why people did not like this case, and a common criticism that people did bring up, and honestly, rightfully so. It's pretty obvious that this man is likely the killer, because you're not allowed in a whodunit framework. It is a kind of a cardinal sin to not reveal the entire cast from the jump. In the first 10 minutes of a whodunit, you're supposed to know who all of the suspects are. And if you break that rule, it's not really fair. So Turnabout Big Top, part of the reason people do not like this case is because the killer, Acro here, is introduced until the very last possible second. Which I think is a fair criticism to levy against this case. In a series that otherwise does very good work with whodunits, that is a pretty big problem to levy at the case. Like, your suspect should all be more or less revealed at the beginning of the story. You can argue this is not really a true whodunit because, like, more like the why or the how is often more interesting than the who. Typically, in a Phoenix Wright case, you know who the killer is immediately. You just need to know how he did it. I still understand the criticism that is being levied here. Of course, as I said, even though we know who likely is the killer, we don't know how he's doing it yet. We have to figure that out still. And that's a very crucial part of getting our client off the hook, is figuring out how the actual killer did the actual murder. Why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Oops. Oh, then they ran away and left you alone with your brother. Wow. He was a saint. Decided I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now look at how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. This hits different when you know he's the fucking murderer. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. Truly a princess. Are you sure it's a good thing? Ooh. Some tension. Ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk? I can't even stand now. As I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. They could just give him a room that's not on the 3rd floor. That wouldn't be that hard. Have him in no trade rooms. Oh, you don't even know the half of this fucking story, Crown. Wait until you know the full story. It's fucking insane how this story closes. So he's lying about where his injuries were? You injured. It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. Now let's ask what happens first. We'll get to the psych lock in a second. And notice you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Went there for rehabilitation. What about the murder? I just knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that that was all a dream. I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. Oh dear. That means he's the witness that we're going to have to break in the next trial section. But you see, that night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. That's when I looked out the window. And he saw the killer just flying away. Smelling Galactica. Positive that was Max you saw flying. I am sure there's no doubt in my mind that Max is the one that flew out of the crime scene with wings and shit, I guess. Now, before we go, you mentioned some animosity, so tell me what you think about Regina. She's cool, isn't she? And you can believe she's a cute girl as an animal. Can you believe she's an animal tamer? These animals are not the only thing she tames. Huh? Max, the ringmaster, Ben. She got them all under her thumb. What do you mean? I'm sensing some bad blood. She's innocent. She was incredibly sheltered as a child. That's why she can be so cruel. Regina's just like the animal she claims to tame. She's innocent, thus she can be cruel. As a reminder, this chick is being fawned over by a 31-year-old man and 21-year-old man. And she is 16. What do you know about this? Supposed to catch her in the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? Well, why would that shock you? To do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Regina! Ask her about it! You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about him. Why wouldn't you want to talk about Max? His colleagues in the circus all seem to hate him. I've got my issues with him as well. But he also happens to have a diamond shining in his soul. What the fuck does that mean? You could say it is his prize performer. He didn't have that pride in ourselves before Max arrived. Honestly, I think he brought something wonderful to the circus when he came. He brought ambition to the circus. Alright. Maybe Regina's back in the big top. Hey! Got it right. Ah, the lion tamer is back. Or the beast tamer, I guess. Wonderful. It's just us. 16-year-old girl who is being coveted by a 31-year-old man. Yeah, the little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. Just looking more of a monkey than a human. Oh dear. Well, tell me about this note. I know what this is. Well, it was in my pocket for a while. I guess I noticed it when I was there around the breakfast time. Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. And I also take out the trash in his room. I go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. And then you found the paper in your pocket after you left Acro's room. Good to know. Yep, but I'm not a murderer. I just figured it belonged to someone else's pocket. I wonder if the person who lost it was in trouble, so she posted a bulletin with a note that said, "To the murderer." I did! I stuck it up there! How'd you know? I've never known someone who is so fucking stupid. But in fairness, that's part of her character. She's supposed to be stupid. Or like, oblivious. Maybe naive is a better word. So you put that notice up on the morning of the murder. Do you have any opinions about Acro? Yeah, he's there. I mean, she's a beast tamer. I'm sure the scepter is to tame the beast. I don't know how, but like I do not like. I can now understand people don't like this case. Like, just honestly, like this 31-year-old man being into the 16-year-old girl is a huge problem for me. And the more I think about it, the less I like it. He's so incredible, even on the trapeze! Yeah! Acro the Acrobat. Nice thing to say about Regina. Regina seems to like Acro just fine. It's because she's dumb. That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. I'm not a big fan of Pepper. Good for you. Probably talk to her about this shit. Yeah, it's saying that he fucking died. Well, mother didn't they? He must be quite the man. He was! I love my dad so much! That's why I feel so lonely. Now I won't be able to see him for a while. What do you mean, for a while? When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I see everyone who's gone. This lady needs a fucking wake-up call severely. She's 16 years old. Think that one day I'll be a star too? You really think so? Yeah, sure. Okay. Definitely everyone is doing great up there in the sky. Yeah, this girl is not okay. This girl is not okay. Why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. You saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Phoenix Wright's a fucking simp-ass loser. How old is... I don't have Phoenix profile on here. Fuck. But I think Phoenix is 23? So, I'm gonna go with simp-ass loser. Alright, let's see where else we can go. Well, see where money... You gotta look for money, you get to look for this costume, I guess. Moe is gone. You're scaring me. Oh, it's a fucking monkey. Oh no, that didn't work. You see it, find where you are. Doesn't fit me at all. Girl I know would actually wear. Alright, I guess we give this back to Regina. Here you go. Yay! You got it back! Don't mention it, little girl. I love you, Mr. Attorney! So much! Jesus Christ. Compose yourself, you moron! Didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? It isn't mine. It was Leon's. No, the lion she told me about. Well, I guess we gotta figure out where we gotta go. Cool. Something smells fantastic. We know it can't be Moe. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers! Japanese hamburgers. Bistro du Cirque. Those burgers look great. My burgers are the best. Knack, knack, knack. Oh, look, a Big Mac. One bite will send you to hamburger heaven. Good for you, Mo. Larry Curls, aka Mo. I guess we talk to you. That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. What I'm gonna do now that the Ringmaster is fucking dead and gone. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Anyway, I gave it to some thought maybe I should give up on the trying to be a half-baked clown. I'm gonna try on Ringmaster's shoes. You know what? Probably better for you than trying to actually be funny. What? Might still be an issue, though. Maybe a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. Probably the reason the circus is still around. I love what he says is correct. Terrible news. The worst person who just made a great point. Is what half these people were thinking when Max talks. What do you mean tragedy? Don't worry about it. It's nothing at all. No, I don't think so. It's right here, but are you lying to us? Makes you think that. Just the way you said if everyone can get over this tragedy is strange. Sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right here. He is lying. There are Cyclops. That's how you know they're lying. Alright. Let's try to break you, fool. Take that! Let's see what we can figure out about getting over it with Benefati. Tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus? Fortunately, I'm more into grilled chicken sandwich man myself. I kind of am too, but I'll happily eat a burger. What happened back then? You said something about an accident? This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? Why am I so low on stamina? Yeah, I'm a little gun shy here. Okay. That's right, my dad killed him. He had something really bad during practice. You know, was sitting down and then he opened his mouth, you know, gaw. Usually when he did that, I would put my head in his mouth. Sure did. People in the crowd always love seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. Anyway. Leon bit someone during that practice. No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. That's when that's when he became a star in the sky. Shut up, everyone. Oh, that must be the tragedy that Melody was talking about. Let's try breaking him now. Let's try breaking him now. Take that! Heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? How did you know? Why is that so surprising that the lawyer would do a bit of research? Told them so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Put her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the remaster went along. He never could say no to her. That's a problem when safety is involved. Come on, Mo, don't clam up to me now. Who did Leon bite? I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. Alright. Some acro, right? How'd you know? Look, just shut up and tell me the details. Please, we need to solve the murder. We have a murder going on here, okay? You gotta break. Yeah, we gotta break this shit. You gotta break this shit down. And now let's get over it with Bennett Foddy. Like you said, you know, the accident. No, but it would have probably been better if he did die. He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Oh, shit. Coma? All he does is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do for the rest of his fucking life. Acro's brother. He got bit by Acro's brother. They were an acrobatic team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, huh? Except now Bat's in the hospital. And will never get out of the hospital. Sean Dingling, and everyone called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina. Another person who fell in love with Regina. 22 this time. Although he would have 21 at the time he happened. So we have 1, 2, like 4 men who were all like all over this girl who is 16 years old. Practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Never forget that moment. It was so strange. He had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling. Johnny was smiling. And he bit down on Bat and put him into a fucking coma. Smirking lion, a flying murderer. Why does it seem that this always Moe who catches these incredible events? Lions can't smile in the way that we can, because they don't have the muscles for it. We'd been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. Oof. You guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. Truthfulness has put me in a mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Uh-oh, she sneezed from the pepper. I'm sure that'll be relevant to the case in the future. You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel, that's basic clownmanship. Sure, buddy. Goodbye. I hope you never become anywhere close to a clown ever again, Maya. Does she sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together. Alright. Well, let's see what Acra say about his bro. His bro in the hospital still.